Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to have the possibility to present the result of my research. In this case, I'm going to be talking about a nature-based sustainable academic event in White Sands National Park, New Mexico, US. The premise is that the planning and development of sustainable events contribute to promoting tourism with minimal impacts based on nature, strengthens the practical training of the participant, and favor their preparation for participation in academic event in which they must generate a product and communicate the results in a plenary session. What's the gap that we took into consideration? The rapid growth of the event and festivals in the past decade has not always been matched with the level of the research devoted to investigating it. So that's why the objective of this research is to apply sustainability to events carry out on ecotourism trail in the White Sands National Park and provide tourism students who visit this area with practical training that allows them to modify their behavior in favor of natural and decide which environmentally sustainable commitment assume is very important for the preparation of our students. The academic experience was based on the following: the planning, development, and assessment of sustainable academic event with undergraduate students of tourism from autonomous universities of the Juarez in Mexico, aim at the observation and photography the animals and plants in their natural habitat, which is based on the implementation of ecotourism through various learning activities, active recreation, and protection and improvement of nature. The methodology that we use was based on the case study. The case study was developed by visiting the visitor center and taking tours of trails in White Sand National Park to observe animals and plants in their natural habitat and possibly interact with them by observing and photographing the natural landscape. Each participant in this case selected the visual basins that included the landscape components of interest for observation and photographing. What's the methodology? Well, the methodology was based on the following activity. First, characterize the context that serves as a setting for observing and photographing the landscape. Two, identify the best practices of the development of the sustainable academic tourism event. Three, takes and evaluate three photos considering the following variables and indicators. I mean, the first one, the attraction capacity, and the second one, the motivation affective relationship. And four, assess the results of the sustainable activity according to the selected criteria. The first results is related to the planning of the sustainable academic event. For the planning and subsequent implementation of the sustainable criteria, some key areas of action were taken into consideration that allowed the application of the sustainable solutions. I mean, it was the preparation of gathering that is sustainable as possible, in which food and beverage container will be recyclable and avoid plastic. Use of ecological merchandising in which the gift provided to attendees will be produced with ecological material, reduce consumption of water, electricity, and emissions, and awareness of attendees of the environmental need of possible contribution of each participant to the sustainability of this territory. The following was the development of a nature-based sustainable academic event. I mean that the area where we develop this activity is a very important natural part. The context of this academic event for observing and photographing the natural landscapes is based on White Sands National Park that is formed by natural desert landscape located in the southern New Mexico. This park preserves a large part of the gray dune field and the plants and animals that inhabit it. It is a very interesting place and very ecological important area in this part. This is the content of the academic event where the students develop the activity and all the activities that they were doing. As you can see here, this is the area of the White Sign and the mountains that are located near this place. The result, the number 4, was the analysis of the attraction capacity and motivational affective relationship with natural landscape. We took into consideration different criteria and students selected the most important experiential landscapes according to the evaluation of the characteristic of these landscapes and the relationship that they could establish with the landscapes that they were visiting. So they determined the order and the most important characteristics according to the criteria that we use in this case. And it was part of the results. Then we continue with the assessment of the action that are related to the sustainability. I mean, we selected the most important indicators. So like, for example, water, waste, the electricity, etc. And they evaluated these aspects according to the perception they have in relation to the components. And as you can see here, most of them were fulfilled. So the results that we were waiting were fulfilled. This is the second part where we continue with the assessment of these factors. And here the most important is the way in which students were learning in relation to the task that they should promote and they should be able to develop in this area. As conclusions, we determined that this type of academic event contributes to promoting tourism based on nature. We, in this case, with minimal impact, strengthen the practical training of the participant and favor their preparation for participation in organized activities. It promotes the professional training of the participant for the organization of alternative events linked to nature sustainable tourism. It is possible to promote learning based on practice and co-learning as the participant developing skill, knowledge, and values related to sustainability through the in-depth study of White Sand National Park ecotourism landscape. It is feasible to develop academic events through nature-based tourism by implementing various experiential learning activities, active recreation in White Sand National Park, and protection improvement of dune, plants, animals, which has been proven by applying sustainability to event held on ecotourism trail. And students were able to characterize the context to observe and photograph the natural landscapes and recognize patterns of environment and sustainability behavior while carrying out activity on the White Sands National Park ecotourism trail. In general, it was a very nice, a very interesting experience, and we could realize about the possibilities of this activity for the development and the preparation of the students, our students of tourism, as a future professionals of this area. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have question or something that you would like change with me, you have here my email. So it has been a great pleasure to be here, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.